grown a lot offensively. This was his 5th game of the season with at least 30 points, 80% shooting, by the way. The only player to do that more times in a season since the merger, that was Charles Barkley. And Duren's 5 games are already the most in Pistons history, not just in a single season here. And I've been really impressed with what Detroit's been able to do without Cade Cunningham. The question was, how are they going to stay afloat? They have passed that test with flying colors. Brian, what have you learned about this?
Yeah, I mean, you thought that was a bad break, but it was actually a great opportunity for them to, lift up the rest of their team.
Yeah.
You saw Dennis Jenkins really playing well, Tobias playing well. How about watching Jalen Duren's whole offensive game? Yeah, he's a dunker and a shot blocker and a rebounder, but as JB said there, they're putting the ball in his hands, Shump, and letting him look at this.
He's creating for himself
setting stuff up, coming off pick and rolls. He, to me, has pretty much locked up most improved player. He needs another game or two to actually hit the 65 qualified games. But this has been an opportunity for him to highlight what he can do and expand what he can do. This Cade injury has been a boon for Jalen Duren.
So Jalen Duren is, Cade's injury has been a blessing in disguise for Jalen Duren. And, there was a point last season, or the beginning of, last season, I remember I had went to the game when they played the Boston Celtics. They got down by a lot fast. And one of the things I noticed is Duren only started to play defense when he started to touch the ball offensively. That's, and then he would kind of, if he didn't get the ball, he would shut down and not play at all. And, right around the All-Star break, he went to work with Rasheed Wallace. Even before that, he was doing well, and it seemed like it clicked for him. That's one thing I say, it clicked for him, is that something clicked where, I don't know if somebody had a conversation, was it a maturity landmark? But he was like, all right, man, hey, I'm gonna start balling. I'm gonna start playing defense. And the mindset you got when you're not getting the ball, it's kind of like some of y'all play the pickup basketball at LA Fitness, or you're not getting the ball. Guess what you got to do? You got to go earn the ball then. You got to rebound. You got to steal the ball. You got to get the loose balls. And what Duren figured out is that, I got to turn myself up. I got to get the offensive rebounds, or I got to be able to get the steals. And the opportunities that I do get, I'm going to make the most of them. And now you're in a situation in where, everybody want their time to be now. That's the crazy thing about it. I was having conversations on other channels I have, Free Game 89, and I did a video about Gen Z not wanting to work, and then the responses were mostly women, obviously, where they were saying who wants to do a dead end job, and nobody wants to pay their dues no more. Everybody just think they should be Denzel Washington, and didn't know Denzel started off on TV. Everybody see LeBron and think LeBron didn't have no grinded out days, where he had days where, he didn't think, he didn't have tough days where he didn't think he was going to make it, or, you know what I'm saying? So kind of when generation don't want to grind it out no more. And when you don't grind it out and you have seriously character flaws, and you carry a lot of that with the rest of your life, it'll be times you go to work and you be like, man, I want to quit this motherfucker. Woo, woo, woo. But you keep working through it. You build your resume and you build your skill set. Next thing you know, you promoted, or you off to something bigger and better. You know what I mean? So that's one thing Jalen Duren figured out, is that I just got to grind. And if you trust your ability, if you trust your work ethic, if you trust in God, or, however it goes, you trust in yourself or whatever, I promise you, look at this opportunity. God works in mysterious ways. He's getting the opportunity. And guess what? Not only he getting the opportunity, because he didn't force the opportunity, he let the opportunity come to him. He's taking advantage of it. 24 points, almost 12 rebounds a game. He's in the high post. They calling his numbers. He handling the rock. He looked like a young Olajuwon / more like a young Ewing or young Lonzo. The post game, the Olajuwon handles in a little pull up. So now you look and you like, all right, think about it. It was a guy that they was trying to get rid of. I don't know if y'all know how to read between the lines, but they were trying to get rid of him. This is why they was talking about getting Vujovic and getting Miles Turner. And remember, the Lakers was talking about, hey, I want Jalen Duren. They knew what was up. Let me say something about Rob Pelinka. He knew what was up. He heard the Pistons want a shooting five. In real talk, Al Horford should have came back home to keep it a bean. Al Horford should be a Detroit Piston. I'll be honest with you. He should have came back because he's from Grand Blanc. He should have been a Detroit Pistons. Shit, if you're going to end his career off, honestly. But they knew what was up. They're like, oh, they're going to trade this motherfucker. They're going to get it. They knew exactly what was up. He is what they wanted DeAndre Ayton to be. You know what I'm saying right now. And I don't know who got in his ear. Was it Cade? Was it, he just maturity? Was it JB? But he figured it out. And I told y'all he was the most important player on the team. It's not that he the best player, but what he do is so important, bro. What he do is so important. When you're talking about the middle of the defense, the heart and the soul, and the athletic ability, the ability to rebound. Now y'all seeing what I seen in the draft when people say, oh, I don't want to. I like Mark Williams too. So I don't know how he doing in Phoenix, but I liked him coming out. But I really like Jalen Duren. People, he can't shoot. We don't need him. This new age basketball fans don't know nothing about how basketball works. His skill set is elite. If he can't add a jumper, that's just extra calories on the cake that you don't even need. Extra ice, you don't even need it. But you work hard enough to deserve it. But the speed, the quickness, the ball handling, the athletic ability, and he young. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hear people say, man, he kind of remind me a little bit of a Sean Kemp a little bit. It's the athletic ability. A young McDyess. He remind you of a young McDyess. A lot of people don't remember young McDyess. Monster. Like top 5, top 10 player in the monster before he hurt his knee. So, yeah, I mean, right now, Jalen Johnson having an amazing. I think Jalen Johnson is going to be a star in this league. I think Jalen Duren, I said it from the beginning, Jalen Duren was going to be a star in this league. And two of the more important contributors to the Pistons, I called. I said, me and B. Taylor sat right here on stream and said they need to get Jalen Duren. Because people just think you have to shoot the ball at basketball to be successful at basketball. You don't. Even in this era, you don't have to be a great jump shooter to win basketball, to be a champion. They condition y'all to think that way, and it make people think the game is more fascinating and more fun, but it's become the opposite. It's not. It's not watching like Steph and Clay. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta defend. You gotta play with heart. You gotta play with. You gotta play with will. You gotta play to your strengths. And right now, Jalen Duren probably is the leader in the clubhouse for Player of the Year because of the success the Detroit Pistons had. You know what? Cade leaving made him really shine bright. People not say, oh, okay. He is a major contributor. They're more than the Cade and the Cadettes, and we already knew that. And also was talking about Asar Thompson. I said, hey, they should draft that guy. Remember I said that. He played in overtime elite. I didn't know what the fuck overtime elite was. I just know him and his brother can play. And I looked at the film, I said, oh, they can play. I said, they should take him. And I was right. He need to add a jump shot, but that's nor here nor there. But yeah, Jalen Duren is special. He's special. I mean, and then the mindset is, the maturity is getting there. I mean, like I said before, he can be MVP in this league. That's how high I am. He can be MVP. He can make the big fella sexy again. And I'm gonna say this. I was kind of talking on my other channel. LaShawn McCoy was saying that Wemby don't have the it factor to be the face of the league. No center has had the it factor to really be the face of the league. The most popular center has probably been Shaquille O'Neal, and it's not close. I mean, commercially. Like with shoes and having that, but he wasn't even in the face of the league. Michael, and then Iverson during that era, and then even in the 2000s, it really was about LeBron. Well, before LeBron, it was about Kobe, Tracy. You know what I'm saying? It's always been a guards or wings type of league. You know what I mean? Even more so than a point guards type of league. I mean, that's a good video to really have because there ain't been too many point guards who's been the face of the NBA not named Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Jerry West was too. He obviously the logo. But point guards traditional point guards don't really get that. But he can make it sexy again. You had Dave Robinson had a shoe Tim Duncan had a few Nike and Adidas. I had the Adidas. But no center really been the face of the league like that, to be honest. But hey, man, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description. It's the link tree. Find me everywhere: X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Peace.
I'm just trying to be whatever I can be for my teammates, trying to dominate the paint on both sides of the floor. I think I got to give a lot of credit to the guys because they find me in a lot of spots. You know, they find me in my duck ends. They look for me for lobs and dump offs, and so, I couldn't do it without them. I think, like I said, it's not really about scoring for me. Like, if it comes, it comes. But I'm just trying to be as dominant as I can and give my teammates all my energy.